On a cold April night in 1912, the unthinkable occurred. The RMS Titanic, a beacon of luxury and technological prowess, struck an iceberg and sank to the bottom of the Atlantic Ocean. Over 1,500 souls perished in the icy waters, forever etching the tragedy into the annals of history. The disaster sent shockwaves across the globe, exposing the limitations of technology and the fragility of human life. Even today, the Titanic continues to fascinate and haunt us, a stark reminder of the capricious nature of fate. The Titanic was constructed in Belfast, Ireland, by the Harland and Wolff shipyard, a marvel of early 20th century engineering. Its maiden voyage was highly anticipated, with passengers ranging from the wealthiest elites to hopeful immigrants seeking a new life in America. On April 10, 1912, the Titanic set sail from Southampton, England, making stops in Cherbourg, France and Queenstown Island before heading towards New York City. Captain Edward Smith, a seasoned mariner, was at the helm, guiding the ship on its ill-fated journey. Despite the advanced Marconi wireless telegraph system on board, the Titanic's distress signals were not enough to save her from her tragic fate. The scale of the Titanic disaster has fueled numerous conspiracy theories, the most persistent of which is insurance fraud. This theory posits that the Titanic's owners, the White Star Line, deliberately sank the ship to collect on a hefty insurance policy. Proponents argue that the company was facing financial difficulties and stood to gain more from the ship's loss than its successful voyage. They point to alleged discrepancies in the ship's manifest and the switching of ships as evidence to support their claims. Some even suggest that the Titanic was swapped with its sister ship, the Olympic, which had been damaged in a prior collision. This switch, they argue, was a calculated move to recover financial losses through insurance claims. While these theories remain speculative, they continue to captivate the imagination and fuel debates about what really happened to the Titanic. Another theory suggests that the sinking of the Titanic was an act of sabotage orchestrated by powerful enemies of the Federal Reserve. According to this theory, key figures opposed to the establishment of the Federal Reserve were aboard the Titanic, and their elimination would have removed a significant obstacle to the central bank's creation. Proponents claim that J.P. Morgan, a prominent financier and supporter of the Federal Reserve, cancelled his trip at the last minute, fueling speculation of a sinister plot. The Federal Reserve Act, which established the central bank, was signed into law in 1913, just a year after the Titanic disaster. J.P. Morgan's influence in the financial world was immense, and his support for the Federal Reserve was well known. This theory suggests that Morgan's last-minute cancellation was no coincidence, but a calculated move to ensure the demise of his opponents. While the evidence remains circumstantial, the idea of a conspiracy at sea continues to intrigue and captivate. While these theories are undoubtedly intriguing, the evidence supporting them is largely circumstantial and often relies on speculation and conjecture. Some proponents point to witness testimonies claiming to have seen explosions or fires on board the ship before it sank. Others highlight the alleged presence of a decoy ship, the Californian, which was said to be close by but failed to respond to the Titanic's distress signals. The Californian's crew reported seeing distress rockets but did not act, leading to much speculation. Maritime historians have debated the Californian's role extensively, with some suggesting a deliberate cover-up. Testimonies from the Californian's crew were inconsistent, adding to the mystery. Titanic survivors also provided conflicting accounts, further complicating the narrative. Despite the intrigue, concrete evidence remains elusive, leaving the theories open to interpretation. However, a closer examination of the evidence reveals significant flaws in these theories. The insurance claim made by the White Star Line fell far short of the Titanic's actual value, undermining the financial motive for deliberate sinking. Moreover, the claim that key figures opposed to the Federal Reserve were targeted lacks credible evidence. Many of the individuals cited as opponents were, in fact, not directly involved in the debate surrounding the central bank's creation. Additionally, the structural differences between the Titanic and its sister ship, the Olympic, make the switch theory highly improbable. Detailed inspections and blueprints from the era show distinct features unique to the Titanic, further debunking the switch theory. Finally, the passenger and crew lists from the Titanic's maiden voyage do not support the idea of a premeditated disaster. The evidence overwhelmingly points to a tragic accident rather than a calculated insurance scam or conspiracy. Unraveling the truth behind the Titanic's sinking is further complicated by the passage of time and the deterioration of evidence. The wreckage of the ship, lying thousands of meters below the ocean's surface, presents significant challenges for exploration and investigation. While modern technology has allowed us to piece together a more detailed understanding of the event, many questions remain unanswered. The harsh underwater environment accelerates the deterioration of the wreckage, making it increasingly difficult to preserve and study. Researchers rely on advanced robotics and submersibles to navigate the fragile remains without causing further damage. Each artifact recovered from the site provides a piece of the puzzle, but the process is painstakingly slow and meticulous. Mapping the wreckage is crucial for understanding the ship's final moments. Yet, the vast area and depth pose significant logistical challenges. Historical documents and survivor accounts add context, but discrepancies and gaps in the records complicate the narrative. Additionally, marine life has colonized the wreck, further altering the site and obscuring evidence. Despite these challenges, the quest to uncover the Titanic's secrets continues, driven by a desire to honor those who perished and to learn from this maritime tragedy. Setting aside the more sensational theories, the most plausible explanation for the Titanic's sinking lies in a combination of factors, including human error, negligence, and a series of unfortunate events. The ship's excessive speed in icy waters, the failure to adequately respond to iceberg warnings, and the shortage of lifeboats all contributed to the disaster. However, beyond these human errors, the ship's design flaws played a crucial role. The Titanic was touted as unsinkable due to its watertight compartments, but the bulkheads did not extend high enough to prevent water from spilling over. Additionally, the quality of the rivets used in the ship's hull was subpar, making the hull more susceptible to damage upon impact. The luxurious interiors also added weight, affecting the ship's buoyancy. All these factors, combined with the human errors and negligence, ultimately led to the tragic sinking of the Titanic. The sinking of the Titanic stands as a testament to the importance of safety regulations, the need for vigilance and preparedness, and the enduring power of human resilience in the face of unimaginable tragedy. The disaster led to significant improvements in maritime safety, including the establishment of the International Ice Patrol and the implementation of stricter regulations regarding lifeboats and radio communication. Today, these regulations continue to evolve, ensuring that the lessons learned from the Titanic disaster are never forgotten. The legacy of the Titanic lives on through ongoing advancements in maritime safety, protecting countless lives at sea. The tragedy has become a catalyst for continuous improvement, making the seas safer for everyone. While the Titanic's sinking continues to inspire speculation and debate, the most likely explanation remains a tragic confluence of human error and unfortunate circumstances. Conspiracy theories, while alluring, often fail to withstand scrutiny when subjected to rigorous historical analysis and the weight of evidence. The Titanic serves as a poignant reminder of the fragility of life and the importance of learning from the past to prevent future tragedies. The Titanic's legacy has permeated popular culture, inspiring countless books, films, and documentaries. Its story continues to captivate the imagination of people around the world. The lessons learned from the Titanic disaster have led to significant advancements in maritime safety regulations. As we explore the depths of the ocean, the Titanic remains a haunting symbol of human ambition and vulnerability. It stands as a solemn reminder to honor those who lost their lives and to strive for a safer future. In 1985, 73 years after the Titanic's tragic sinking, oceanographer Dr. Robert Ballard and his team made a groundbreaking discovery. Using advanced deep-sea technology, they located the wreck of the Titanic resting on the ocean floor nearly 12,500 feet beneath the surface of the North Atlantic. This monumental find reignited global interest in the Titanic and opened a new chapter in its story. The images captured by Ballard's remotely operated vehicles revealed the haunting remains of the once majestic ship, now encrusted with rust and marine life. The bow, still recognizable, lay eerily upright, while the stern had collapsed into a twisted mass of metal. Personal artifacts scattered across the seabed provided a poignant connection to the lives lost in the disaster. Subsequent explorations have continued to uncover more about the Titanic's final moments. Advanced imaging techniques and underwater robots have mapped the wreck site in astonishing detail, helping historians and scientists piece together the events of that fateful night. These missions have not only deepened our understanding of the Titanic, but have also fostered a sense of reverence for the ship and its passengers. The discovery of the Titanic's wreck has also sparked ethical debates about the treatment of the site. Many view it as a maritime grave deserving of respect and protection. Efforts have been made to preserve the wreck and its artifacts, ensuring that the Titanic's story is remembered and honored for generations to come. As we reflect on the Titanic's rediscovery, we are reminded of the relentless human spirit of exploration and the enduring quest for knowledge. The Titanic's story, from its construction to its tragic end and eventual rediscovery, continues to captivate and inspire, serving as a testament to the indomitable nature of human curiosity and the profound lessons of history. The rediscovery of the Titanic in 1985 not only reignited scientific interest, but also had a profound impact on popular culture. The story of the Titanic, with its blend of human tragedy and technological ambition, has inspired countless books, documentaries, and films. Among these, James Cameron's 1997 epic film Titanic stands out as a cultural phenomenon. Cameron's Titanic brought the story to life with unparalleled detail and emotional depth. The film's meticulous recreation of the ship, coupled with its compelling narrative of love and loss, resonated with audiences worldwide. It went on to win 11 Academy Awards, including Best Picture, and became one of the highest-grossing films of all time. Beyond the silver screen, the Titanic's legacy has permeated literature, with numerous novels and non-fiction books exploring various aspects of the disaster. Authors have delved into the personal stories of passengers, the engineering marvels and failures of the ship, and the broader social and historical context of the early 20th century. Documentaries and TV series have also played a crucial role in keeping the Titanic story alive. These productions often combine historical analysis with modern technology, offering new insights and perspectives on the tragedy. The Titanic's influence extends even further into art, music, and theatre. Paintings, sculptures, and musical compositions have all been inspired by the ship and its fateful voyage. The story of the Titanic has become a symbol of human endeavor, hubris, and the fragility of life. As we continue to explore the Titanic's impact on popular culture, we see how this tragic event has transcended time, touching hearts and minds across generations. The Titanic story, immortalized through various forms of media, serves as a poignant reminder of the past and a source of inspiration for the future. In the end, the Titanic is more than just a sunken ship. It is a narrative that continues to evolve, reflecting our collective fascination with history, tragedy, and the enduring human spirit. The Titanic's discovery in 1985 opened a new chapter in our understanding of the tragic event. With the wreck located more than 2 miles beneath the North Atlantic, the recovery of artifacts became a monumental and delicate task. Over the years, numerous expeditions have ventured to the Titanic's resting place, bringing back items that offer a tangible connection to the past. These artifacts range from personal belongings, such as jewelry and clothing, to larger pieces of the ship itself, like the iconic deck chairs and fragments of the grand staircase. Each recovered item tells its own story, offering a glimpse into the lives of those aboard the ill-fated vessel. The exhibition of these artifacts has allowed millions to connect with the Titanic in a deeply personal way. Museums around the world have showcased these items, often accompanied by detailed narratives that bring the history to life. The exhibitions are more than mere displays. They are immersive experiences that transport visitors back to 1912, allowing them to feel the weight of history. One of the most poignant exhibits is the collection of letters and postcards written by passengers and crew. These fragile documents, preserved against all odds, capture the hopes, dreams and fears of those on board. They serve as a haunting reminder of the human cost of the disaster. The recovery and exhibition of Titanic artifacts have not been without controversy. Ethical debates continue about the disturbance of a maritime grave and the commercialization of the tragedy. However, many argue that these efforts help keep the memory of the Titanic alive, ensuring that the lessons of the past are not forgotten. In the end, the artifacts from the Titanic are more than just remnants of a shipwreck. They are relics of a moment in time, frozen in the depths of the ocean. They remind us of the fragility of human endeavor and the enduring impact of one of history's greatest maritime disasters. Through these recovered pieces, the Titanic continues to tell its story, captivating and educating future generations. As we look upon these artifacts, we are reminded of the enduring legacy of the Titanic and the indomitable spirit of those who sailed on her final voyage. The Titanic was not just a ship, it was a microcosm of society, carrying a diverse group of passengers from all walks of life. Among them were some of the most notable figures of the time, each with their own unique story and fate. One such passenger was John Jacob Astor IV, one of the wealthiest men in the world. Astor had boarded the Titanic with his young and pregnant wife, Madeline. Despite his immense wealth and influence, Astor's fate was sealed by the icy waters of the Atlantic. He perished in the disaster, while Madeline survived, giving birth to their son a few months later. Another prominent figure was Isidor Straus, co-owner of Macy's department store, and his wife, Ida. The couple's love story became one of the most poignant tales of the Titanic. As the ship was sinking, Ida refused to leave her husband's side, declaring, "We have lived together for many years. Where you go, I go." They were last seen sitting together on deck chairs, awaiting their fate. Molly Brown, known posthumously as the unsinkable Molly Brown, was a first-class passenger whose bravery and leadership during the disaster became legendary. She took charge of lifeboat number 6, urging women to row and helping to keep spirits high. Brown's actions saved many lives, and she became a symbol of courage and resilience. Thomas Andrews, the ship's architect, was also on board. As the Titanic met its tragic end, Andrews worked tirelessly to assist passengers to safety. He was last seen in the first-class smoking room, staring at a painting as the ship went down, a solemn figure who chose to face his creation's demise with quiet dignity. These are but a few of the many stories that emerge from the Titanic's passenger list. Each tale adds a human dimension to the tragedy, reminding us that the disaster was not just a historical event, but a deeply personal experience for those who lived through it and those who perished. The stories of the Titanic's passengers continue to resonate today, offering a window into the lives and times of a bygone era. They remind us of the fragility of life and the enduring power of human spirit in the face of unimaginable adversity. As we reflect on these personal stories, we honor the memory of all those who sailed on the Titanic, ensuring that their legacies endure through the ages. While the Titanic's passengers have often been the focus of countless stories and documentaries, the crew members who served aboard the ill-fated ship also have compelling tales of bravery, sacrifice, and tragedy. These men and women were the backbone of the Titanic, ensuring the smooth operation of the vessel and attending to the needs of its passengers. One notable crew member was Captain Edward Smith, an experienced mariner on what was to be his final voyage before retirement. Known as the millionaire's captain for his popularity among wealthy passengers, Smith's leadership was put to the ultimate test on that fateful night. He remained on the bridge, overseeing the evacuation and ultimately going down with his ship, embodying the captain's tradition of being the last to leave. Chief Officer Henry Wilde and First Officer William Murdoch were key figures in the crew's hierarchy. Murdoch, in particular, played a crucial role during the disaster, overseeing the loading of lifeboats and reportedly firing his pistol to maintain order. His actions, though controversial, highlight the immense pressure faced by the crew in those chaotic hours. The engineering crew, led by Chief Engineer Joseph Bell, worked valiantly in the bowels of the ship. As the Titanic struck the iceberg and began taking on water, these men stayed at their posts, striving to keep the ship's power running to facilitate the evacuation. Their sacrifice ensured that lights remained on and distress signals continued to be sent, buying precious time for those on deck. The ship's stewards and stewardesses tasked with the comfort of the passengers showed remarkable courage. Violet Jessop, a stewardess who would later survive the sinking of the Britannic as well, helped usher women and children into lifeboats, demonstrating calm under pressure. Her story is a testament to the resilience and professionalism of the Titanic's service staff. The band, led by Wallace Hartley, is perhaps one of the most poignant symbols of the Titanic's disaster. As panic set in and the ship's fate became clear, the band continued to play, providing a semblance of calm amidst the chaos. Their final performance, often believed to be the hymn "Nearer, My God to Thee," has become an enduring image of grace under duress. These crew members, from the highest-ranking officers to the humblest stewards, played vital roles during the Titanic's voyage and its tragic end. Their stories, often overshadowed by those of the passengers, deserve to be remembered and honored. They remind us of the human element behind the grand narrative of the Titanic, showcasing the courage, dedication, and sacrifice of those who served aboard. As we delve into the experiences of the Titanic's crew, we gain a deeper understanding of the complexities and human dimensions of this maritime disaster. Their legacies, like those of the passengers, continue to resonate through history, offering lessons in bravery and the indomitable human spirit.